It's a very sad skeleton. But you look amazing. You look so good, Ollie. This year, we took our kids to San Miguel de Allende, Mexico, just in time to celebrate Day of the Dead. During our time in Mexico, we had been really anticipating taking part in the celebrations for Day of the Dead, or Dia de los Muertos. And it was definitely not what we expected, which was sort of more of a Mexican version of Halloween. But instead, we found it to be this really rich, beautiful, complex celebration full of all these amazing traditions, and we just felt so honored and privileged to be a part of it. Now, of course, one of the very first things that our kids wanted to do was get their faces painted.
Awesome.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. If you go around the side and this side. Oh, look at your sparklings above your eye. I love it. Sad skeleton.
Oh, don't wipe it. Don't wipe it.
It's a really sad skeleton. But you look amazing. You look so good, Ollie.
I know.
The kids were actually lucky enough to get their faces painted twice. Once by the local professionals you just saw, but the second time was when the Family Adventure Summit that we were a part of decided to come together to create our own flower crowns and to paint each other's faces as a community. The city of San Miguel was definitely buzzing with activity on November 1st and 2nd, the 2 days that are part of the Day of the Dead celebrations. But the most meaningful and beautiful parts that we saw took place in people's homes, in their shops, in the restaurants, and especially in the local cemetery. It was such a special experience to watch how the Mexican people lovingly prepared these pyramidal altars to remember those who had passed away, how they buy fresh flowers, how they clean and paint and fix up the cemetery and the grave markers, and especially how they came together to eat, sing, talk, celebrate, and remember their loved ones. It was honestly way more beautiful and touching than we ever expected. Our 2 weeks in San Miguel were really great. We loved being there for the Day of the Dead celebrations and for the Family Adventure Summit, but actually it's just a really cool city in its own right. San Miguel's colonial past very much mixes with everyday modern life. The city also has a really large expat population, but it's cool because it retains a very strong local culture at the same time. There are great restaurants, cafes, markets, adorable shops, darn good tacos. This is a really great place to visit or even stay and live for a while. We even found some local hot springs to visit as a final hurrah on the last day before we headed back to Mexico City.
All right. Are you ready to go? Daddy! Hey, Joe. Go under, look under. Say hi. Hey, what?
It's an easy floor, please.
Oh,
Okay, Albie, you might want to show me.
this is kind of awesome. Hey.
It's pushing me.
Yeah? He's such a big boy. I'm gonna get down. Oh, because one doesn't have alcohol?
I got one for them and one for you.
One for mommy and one for the kids.
Did you dry off now?
Yeah. And then it was very sadly time to say adios to Mexico and head back to snowy Canada for a few more months until our South American adventures began.
It has like orchids and it is. It's very fresh. It's really good.
Okay, well, this is what everybody's doing.
Beyond the stars, out where the sun sets, we'll find the light and we'll keep it our secret. Oh, anywhere you wanna go, down any road, anywhere you wanna go.
So now he's gonna shred more meat. Watch him shred the meat. Look yummy?
Yeah?
Yeah, you gonna eat some?
No.
No?
Not Harry Potter. Harry Potter. The name's John. I love the name.
We cross, sail every ocean, no, anywhere you wanna go. Show you my world.
On water. Life vest is always closer than your feet or below your armrest.
I don't know. We thought it was a good idea to plan a flight at 12:30. All right, we are on the final leg of this trip home. Woo! Our last flight is at 12:30 in the morning, and then we will be home in Ottawa at 1:30. And we are so glad. The kids are total troopers.
Show you my world.
There's no country called guacamole. Hey, Russ?
Hey,
Hey, where are you in here?
by the grave.
Thank you. That is very helpful.